Hello, my name is Nora Mayr. I'm a freelance curator, and I was invited to curate or accompany the collaboration between CircEUlar and Klima Biennale. And within this collaboration and this task, I came up with the idea of the project Sensing Resonance, which basically presents 4 different scientific research projects together with 4 artists, and was made of a lot of conversations between these pairs and resulted in individual artworks. Yeah, it's an interesting question, I think, what role art can play or should play. In general, I would say that there is no, or we should be careful to put art into a kind of function. That's basically my main understanding. So art can sometimes be a mediator. It can translate sometimes complex realities or scientific findings, but we should never make this a kind of, the purpose of art itself. But if you ask me what the role can be, I think it could be actually the one of a companion, maybe an entity which accompanies the scientific work, which plays with it, which contradicts it maybe, which puts a different perspective on it. What I think is the great thing about art is that it doesn't need to work on certain scientific criteria. It doesn't need to follow any rules. So it can suddenly focus on a small detail. It can leave all the big picture behind and focus on something completely different. It can give a different perspective, as I said. So this unpredictability, I think, is something very great. Nevertheless, what I can say on a personal note, when I started this project, I was starting to read all these research papers. And for me, it was a new language. And my first approach was very, like, feeling intimidated, not being sure if I understood everything right, and stressing out about all the things I don't know. And then the art came in and the artists came in, and suddenly it became a sort of lightness and a playfulness, because they came in with their own perspectives, and they started conversations with the scientists. And suddenly it was not so much about understanding it right or wrong, or being in this kind of school-like understanding of knowledge also, but it was really more about these conversations and kind of trying to understand each other also. So I think that these moments of trying to understand each other, that this is something very interesting. And also within this project, I liked that we had at the end this kind of Wiener Klimagipfel, where we had the kind of more presentational form, where actually parts of these conversations had been also communicated to the audience. And I think this was actually interesting. So I believe it's not only the outcome and the artwork that is interesting at the end and its relation to the scientific work, but maybe these moments of trying to understand each other and these moments of translations in some sort of way.